Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another review. This time we're going to look at the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series. This is the Bad Batch version of Clone Captain Rex. It's also a Walmart exclusive. So if you saw the Bad Batch, he did wear a little poncho when he made his appearance. So this is pretty much what we're getting here. We're going to crack him open. We're going to compare him to the previously released Captain Rex, see how they differ. And yeah, we'll go from there. So there is the front of the package. You can see the figure displayed. We got the nice art on the side, which also makes, that connection mural if you have all the packages to, together side by side. And then on the back side, we do get that same image with a read-up that reads, Clone Captain Rex served the Republic during the Clone Wars. He viewed military service as an honor, and he always completed his mission. Alright, so here's our Captain Rex, and he does seem a little bare at first when you open him up because he doesn't really come with much. He comes with his traditional, hand pistol blasters, and that's all. But this is a re-release that maybe some people really want because of the fact that Captain Rex is not only popular, but it is a figure that it's still sought after. I was just really hoping that Hasbro took this opportunity to remake Rex in that new clone body, but they just decided to release the same, clone body that they used Rex before. Whether or not we're ever going to get that, I don't think so, because we just got this, but I guess it doesn't, get ruled out. Star Wars, we do see a lot of re-releases when it comes to Star Wars, so I wouldn't say it's ruled out, but I really am bummed that they missed out on that opportunity to release that Rex. If anything, hopefully they release a Rex from the Clone Wars era, with a new, with that new clone buck that they introduced with the clone troopers. So there he is without the helmet. Now, when he has the helmet on, I don't know if you guys realized it from the beginning of the video. When you do it like that, it's just fine, right? You gotta kind of tilt the head down, but straight forward, you can still see like the bottom of his chin or his mouth. You can push it down, but then the poncho kind of pushes it back up, and that's what it is. The poncho is giving it like resistance, and it's just pushing it up. So it's a little bit annoying, but there it is without it. And then he's got the little hood, but it's so small. I don't even think he had the hood on in the show. But if you want to try to get a little hood, action there, and it's obviously not going to fit if you put the helmet on and try to put the hood over it. But he didn't even wear the poncho that much in the show. Now here's another thing about that though. Not only did he stop wearing this poncho, he also appeared with the I'm going to try to take this off, but he also appeared with the pauldron, and this figure does not have it. Now, I understand, I don't know if he wore this thing with the pauldron on in the show or not. Can't recall seeing anything sticking out. But he definitely doesn't have it. And if you want him without it, you can certainly do so. It's going to look like that, which doesn't look terrible. But it's kind of odd not seeing him with his traditional, pauldron piece there. So, that's how he looks without the poncho and putting the helmet back on. That's the look at him. Doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look bad, but obviously it's not complete without his, signature pauldron on his shoulder, and especially since he did have it in the Bad Batch. Now his guns, of course, can either go into his hand just fine, or his holster just fine. Nothing different there, just showing it off. And he really looks angry posed like that, doesn't he? That's a pretty good, vanilla pose there. Pretty menacing. But if we want to quickly move to the articulation, it's the same again. I don't know how many times I repeated it, but it is indeed the same figure, so it's going to have the same articulation points. So if you have any type of clone trooper from the 1.0 era, then you know what to expect here with the articulation, with the double jointed pinned elbows and knees. And although they are double jointed, I know I've talked about this before, I actually like the new body mold because it is single jointed, which is kind of odd to say, but it allows for more range, especially when you're trying to sit him down. This one you can't really sit down, and in the new body mold you could definitely sit down or get him on one knee shooting a weapon. And then also the hands and the elbows are better on the new version because you can hold a blaster more naturally on the new version. Obviously I don't have a blaster, I just have a pistol here, so it's no problem with Rex. Doesn't really really matter. But if you ever want him to hold a longer weapon, it's definitely better on the newer mode. You can still accomplish it with this, but yeah. And then here's a little bit of a closer look at that dirt and grime, which is newly applied onto this version of Captain Rex. And that's all the way, down to the feet, of course. We got those little tally marks on his armor. The back is a little bit cleaner, definitely a lot more cleaner. But overall, the white is yellowed down a little bit. It's not a pure white like a typical clone trooper armor is. So the entire armor is yellowed down, I guess signifying that it's old. He's definitely, the Clone Wars have ended by the time the Bad Batch is taking place. So his armor is just aging with time. Alright, so here's a look at him next to the original Captain Rex Black Series figure. And you can see it's a much cleaner version, although this version did have some weathering and dirt. It's actually very dirty. It just looks extra clean next to the new one, which is even more dirty and yellowed out. So definitely looking good. Both of them are looking great. It's the same exact figure, guys. So if you do own this Captain Rex, then you know what to expect here. Now, a few subtle differences here is he does have a visor, this little drop-down visor. On this version, which is the of course the Bad Batch version, and he did not have that with that original version right here. And also we got the pauldron on the original release, while we don't have a pauldron on the Bad Batch release. Now it's tucked underneath the poncho. He does also have the holsters, both holsters for those pistols that he wields, and the same skirt and all. In regards to the tally marks he puts on his armor, it's the same. Everything's at the same spot, at the same location that the original release had them. So that didn't really change. You got him on the forearm, on the shins there, and on the helmet, of course. Now, it kind of looks like the new Captain Rex is taller, but he isn't. It's just that the helmet is sitting a little bit higher due to the fact that the poncho is lifting it up. As I showed earlier, with the his chin is showing. You can see the bottom of his head exposed, and even if you push it down, it kind of gets pushed back up by the poncho. So that's the issue that causes it, but it does look like he's taller. Now the helmet is different, obviously. I don't know if it's a whole new sculpt. It's so similar to the point that I think it's the same, but it's not the same because it does have the visor function, which the old one does not. And then also we do get these little vent lines painted on to this figure, while the original release did not have that. There's a good frontal look at the two figures. And then here they are without the helmets attached. I went ahead and gave this original one the 332nd Ahsoka helmet, but you could see the difference here. And if you ask me, I think I like the original head better. It's the same sculpt, but the way they painted it is a little different, and you can see the glossiness on the new Captain Rex on the left side here. I'm not really a fan of that, especially when you have him right next to the original one that's a little bit more matte, and it just looks more natural, and it looks way better. So definitely got to give it to the original Captain Rex head sculpt as being the superior head sculpt. Even though they're the same sculpt, it's just the paint and the plastic used, I guess. Goes a long way. Now, with that being said, here's my second wish for this figure. Not only did I wish this Captain Rex was the whole new clone trooper body, but if anything, I saw that they were releasing him on this old, body mold. If anything, it was a great opportunity for them to release a new head sculpt for Captain Rex, a new updated head sculpt. I know they're trying to lean towards the more realistic look, but maybe they could have added in the animated look. That would have been pretty cool, but I know they don't do that at all with any other Black Series, so I get it. Wasn't really gonna expect to get that, but it was just a wish. They still could have given us another realistic looking head sculpt for Captain Rex that was a little bit more updated, but I don't know. You guys tell me, you guys agree or no? Alright, so here he is next to Tech from the Bad Batch. Just got around to getting this guy. I'm a little late to the party there, but it's such an amazing figure. I'm still tempted to review him, even though everyone probably has him already. He's so dope, so good, very good. The whole Bad Batch release has been so good. So there he is next to Tech, and also from that Tech wave, I got them all next to me, so I might as well throw them in there, even though they don't make sense. Like, we got Koska Reeves from The Mandalorian here. Who knows, maybe one day they'll meet up, right? He's trying to lean back there. But She's super dope too, looking good. If we wanted to get an idea of what Wrecker looks like next to Captain Rex, he's a bit bigger. He's actually a deluxe figure. Though he could have been a regular release easily. He's not that big now, come on. But there he is, definitely taller than Captain Rex, looking pretty dope. Yeah guys, definitely a dope release, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not the definitive Captain Rex. I'm still going to have to give that to the previously released Captain Rex. Even though it is the same figure, just the paint goes a long way. And I really like the unmasked head a little bit better on the original release there. But if you did miss out, don't miss out this time around and get yourself the Walmart exclusive Bad Batch version of Captain Rex. You know, it's still pretty good. I can't lie about that. Still looks good, especially with the helmet there. And you know, it's a different version. I like it, even though it's subtle. You know, the poncho, and he didn't wear it for a long time. It's still pretty cool. I'm gonna have it displayed anyways. I'm gonna keep them both. But with that being said, hopefully one day we'll get a updated version with a new body mold. But at the same time, man, this Captain Rex is aging very well. It is aging very well. It's still a great figure, and maybe that's why they didn't update it, because it didn't have to be updated. It's still great the way it is, so I'm okay with that too, I guess. Alright guys, you know the drill. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and have a good one.